What's up, guys? We are back with another video. This is Cameron Moore, and I will be making a video on the 12 most hated players of the NFL. Get right to it, guys. It was actually 15, not 12. So let's get right to it, I guess. Hold on, guys.
Total Pro Sports presents the 15 most hated NFL players. The NFL remains by far the most beloved pro sports league in North America, and there's no doubt this league includes the biggest jerks, punks, whiners, and classless players. The league has had ongoing issues of having to deal with certain players and bringing certain rules into place because of them. Here are the 15 most hated NFL players. Number 15, Josh Norman. Norman made a name for himself as an elite shutdown corner in 2015 as he guided the Carolina Panthers to Super Bowl 50 before losing to the Denver Broncos. Norman engaged in a huge rivalry with New York Giants star wide receiver Odell Beckham, and the two got into some ugly confrontations. As great as he is, Norman's been a mouthy trash talker, and shutting down elite wide receivers will make opposing fans frustrated. Number 14, Riley Cooper. Cooper hasn't become a star by any means, but few players have gotten into such an off-the-field controversy like him. At a concert in 2013, a video went viral of Cooper using racial slurs against the black people, earning a reputation as a racist. Considering how many black players make up the NFL, this was not cool on any means, and has warranted plenty of hatred on his part. Number 13, Jay Cutler. For some reason, Chicago Bears fans started hating their own quarterback in the 2010 NFC Championship game against the Green Bay Packers when he left the game with a bad MCL sprain. Bears fans started calling him a quitter, and since the incident, Cutler's earned a reputation as a careless quitter. His neutral faces when his team loses has people believing he really just doesn't care. Number 12, Johnny Manziel. A 2014 first-round pick by the Cleveland Browns, some people had already had enough of the non-stop media coverage Johnny football was getting. Without playing a single down in the NFL, it was getting ridiculous. But his off-the-field controversy has generated a lot of hate. Manziel has gotten into too much partying and was in an incident where he allegedly assaulted his girlfriend. Not cool, buddy. Number 11, Tony Romo. When you're the quarterback on one of the most hated teams in sports, people aren't going to like you automatically. Even Dallas Cowboys fans seem to hate Romo based on his inconsistency. The man got into some media controversy in 2007 by mistreating his girlfriend, Jessica Simpson, as well as partying with her too much, which led to them being eliminated early in the playoffs. People just love to hate Romo. Number 10, Ben Roethlisberger. When you win 2 Super Bowls your first 5 seasons and play great all-around football, what isn't there to love? While Roethlisberger got himself into plenty of trouble with off-the-field sexual assault cases, the stories behind them are very hard to read, and it's just unacceptable to commit such acts. As such, many NFL fans can't stand the fact Big Ben succeeded in the NFL after a despicable incident. Number 9, Cam Newton. The 2011 first overall pick helped the Carolina Panthers become a juggernaut, but he really became a hated superstar during his 2015 NFL MVP season. Newton's celebrations, most notably the dabbing, cockiness, and all-around dominance of every team he faced, drew major media scrutiny and made him arguably the most hated player that season. People hate a winner, but when he showboats, that makes it worse. Number 8, Tom Brady. Good-looking always wins, has the richest supermodel in the world as his wife, does great endorsements, and beats almost every team he faces constantly. There are enough reasons to hate Brady, but some people also believe he got off the Deflategate scandal easily. Perhaps it's jealousy, but Brady has embraced the plenty of hatred he's received throughout his career. Number 7, Richard Sherman. Sherman is one of the few absolute NFL superstars who trash talks a ton, but is able to back it up just about every single time. He became public enemy number 1 in San Francisco after he helped the Seattle Seahawks beat the 49ers in the 2013 NFC Championship. His epic post-game rant on Michael Crabtree made him a huge punk to many NFL fans. And again, he always shuts down your team's top receiver. Sorry. Number 6, Adam Pac-Man Jones. One of the most talented cornerbacks and return men of all time, Jones has gotten into plenty of heated moments off the field and even more trouble off of it. In 2005, as a member of the Tennessee Titans, he got arrested for assault. A year later, he got charged with obstruction of justice. He's been suspended for violating the league's personal policy of conduct. Oh, and his ridiculous penalty against the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 2015 AFC wildcard round gave their AFC North rivals an easy field goal to win the game. Jones has always been a hothead and hasn't been able to control himself. Number 5, Dez Bryant. People will hate a guy who's really, really good. It's just that simple. People will hate a guy who's viciously beat up his own mother. Yes.
Go see something. My cat, yeah, she's a kitten. She won't come running out. Show you guys her.
Woman that gave birth to him. Come on, Dez. Also, Bryant has been a cocky, non-team player. Always seen shouting at his teammates, believing he makes up a 53-man roster. As such, people hate Bryant for all of those reasons. Number 4, Vontaze Burfict. He may have just emerged as a star linebacker for the Bengals, but Burfict sure has no problem developing a lot of hatred his way. Burfict has delivered plenty of cheap shots throughout his career, and his ugly headshot on Steelers wide receiver Antonio Brown in the aforementioned 2015 playoff game helped Pittsburgh win. The Steelers had to play the rest of the playoffs without Brown and could have gone much further had he not been hurt. Burfict's a dirty player. It's as simple as that. Number 3, Ndamukong Suh. Despite being one of the best defensive players of his generation, Suh has had to act like a jerk now, hasn't he? Suh became a real punk when he stepped on Evan Dietrich Smith's arm after throwing his head into the ground. Who does that? In a 2012 Thanksgiving game against the Houston Texans, he kicked quarterback Matt Schaub in the groin. Suh seems to always look for the chance to deliver something cheap to injure another player. Come on now. Number 2, Greg Hardy. Up until the last couple of years, people only thought of Hardy as a great pass rush on a stout Panthers defense, but they couldn't have been more wrong. Hardy is automatically a despised player now after a vicious assault on his girlfriend. The photos were leaked to the public, and it was nothing short of despicable. The hate upon Hardy is almost justified. You have to be an evil person to do something like that. And number 1, Michael Vick. Who else was it going to be? All of these years later, one of the most exciting players of our time still has a tarnished legacy. A phenomenal player for the Atlanta Falcons, Vick got himself into major trouble for his dogfighting operation in 2007. Yes, he had dogs fight and kill each other.
Let's get right to it. Now for this video, that will be the end of this video, guys.
Listen up, TPS. We're doing a giveaway. We're giving away either Madden 18 or NBA 2K18. Step 1, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Step 2, this video needs 5,000 likes. Once we reach 5,000 likes, we give away a copy of Madden 18 or NBA 2K18. Before we give away the game, you need to comment because we'll pick a random winner from the comments. The winners will be announced on the TPS Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram social media pages, so follow there as well. Good luck, TPSers. The 2017 NFL season should be one of the best in a long time. It's a boatload of young superstars on the rise, a handful of veterans looking to win a ring before they retire, and much more. But all fans really care about is how their teams will do. And we just may have an idea. I'm Daquan Young, and today we dive into our predictions for every NFL team's record in 2017. The Arizona Cardinals, 8-8. 2016 was a disaster year for the Cardinals after having Super Bowl aspirations. Carson Palmer and Larry Fitzgerald entered 2017 at the ages of 37 and 34. With an aging core and some key defensive players lost, Arizona won't be that much better in 2017. 8 wins is a reasonable expectation. The Atlanta Falcons, 10-6. Looking to avenge their historic Super Bowl 51 meltdown, Atlanta should benefit from Desmond Trufant's return. But Matt Ryan is bound to regress after losing offensive coordinator Mike Shanahan. With an ever-improving NFC South also to deal with, Atlanta won't be as dominant as last year. But they'll still be good. The Baltimore Ravens, 10-6. It's entirely possible that the Ravens own the best defense in 2017. Quarterback Joe Flacco should be better after more recovery from a torn ACL suffered in 2015. New receiver Jeremy Maclin is a huge weapon for Baltimore's offense as well. 10 wins and a playoff berth seem like safe bets. The Buffalo Bills, 8-8. The Bills are the opposite of a box of chocolates. We know what we're going to get. Mediocrity. LaShawn McCoy is a stud, but Tyrod Taylor ain't the answer at quarterback. Until that defense recaptures his 2014 form, we can't be high on the Bills to emerge in 2017. Carolina Panthers, 9-7. The Panthers are a good candidate to bounce back. Cam Newton should return as a true MVP candidate. The only problem is their awful secondary, which truly missed Josh Norman last year. The offense will get them a winning record, but the defense will hold back double-digit W's. The Chicago Bears, 4-12. Adding quarterback Mitch Trubisky in the draft was a nice win. But who's going to throw the ball to? Losing Alshon Jeffrey really hurt. This rebuilding project is far from over, and 2017 looks to be another year for the Bears to be in hibernation. The Cincinnati Bengals, 8-8. 2016 was a disastrous year for the Bengals, one that saw their 5-year playoff streak come to an end. With dysfunction all over the organization, the Bengals won't be able to rebound in 2017. The Cleveland Browns, 3-13. Myles Garrett will be a huge weapon on Cleveland and will give the suffering Browns fans something to celebrate. But with no playmakers on offense, Cleveland will have another letdown year. At least the first overall pick is a possibility. Again, the Dallas Cowboys, 11-5. Expect a slight regression from the NFC's top seed 2016. Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott will ensure Dallas defends its division title, but a leaky defense and improving NFC East division make things a bit tougher. They'll get 11 wins, but they ain't topping the 13 victories from 2016. Denver Broncos, 10-6. With arguably the best defense in the NFL, Denver's a sure bet to finish with a winning record. Unfortunately, a painfully awful offense is going to hold them back from adding Lombardi Trophy number 4. But Von Miller and the no-fly zone are good enough to bring home double-digit wins. The Detroit Lions, 6-10. Matthew Stafford can't be a one-man wrecking crew for much longer. The Lions' defense and ground game are way too leaky. With their NFC North foes set for better years in 2017, the Lions will fall back into the NFC basement. The Green Bay Packers, 12-4. With the best quarterback in the NFL, the Packers know Aaron Rodgers will get them double-digit wins. If the defense can avoid all of the injuries they suffered last year, they should be the top seed in the NFC. Green Bay is the team to beat in the conference heading into 2017, with great balance on both sides of the ball. The Houston Texans, 10-6. We all know what the Texans are, a good but not great team with an elite defense, but virtually no passing game. J.J. Watt and company will get them another AFC South title, but the offense will prevent them from being a championship contender. The Indianapolis Colts, 6-10. Andrew Luck is basically a one-man team with no offensive line and no defense at all. The Colts just let Luck get pummeled out there. Remember when they were a championship contender? Well, 2017 will be forgettable. Luck just can't do it on his own. The Jacksonville Jaguars, 5-11. We've waited a long time to see progress from the Jags. Not buying Blake Bortles to come back from a brutal 2016 season, the Jags will remain in the basement of the horrid AFC South. Kansas City Chiefs, 11-5. A true Super Bowl contender here, the Chiefs have racked up winning seasons in the last 4 seasons. With a decent offense but a world-class secondary and pass rush, Kansas City is a force to be reckoned with. They'll get those 11 wins and fight hard for the AFC West title. The Los Angeles Chargers, 4-12. Phillip Rivers can be good all he wants, but the supporting cast around him is lackluster. The LA Chargers fans won't have such a nice welcoming in 2017 as the team figures to contend for the first overall pick. The Los Angeles Rams, 5-11. Firing Jeff Fisher was smart, but Jared Goff is far from ready to be a starting quarterback. Aaron Donald will have his beautiful talents wasted again. 5 wins, tops. Miami Dolphins, 7-9. Ryan Tannehill's injury hurts Miami. Jay Cutler and Matt Moore are not ideal options at quarterback. If Tannehill was healthy, Miami would be a playoff team, but they're pretty much screwed now. Still enough talent on defense will give them an acceptable 7 wins here. The Minnesota Vikings 9-7. Losing Adrian Peterson will hurt. All eyes will be on Teddy Bridgewater as he returns from a torn ACL. The defense will carry Minnesota to 9 wins, but a lack of firepower on offense holds them off from winning the NFC North. The New England Patriots 13-3. This team won Super Bowl 51 without Rob Gronkowski and Brandon Cooks. Now they have both. The Patriots have arguably the best offense and a top 5 secondary, and will cruise to the AFC's top seed once again. The New Orleans Saints, 8-8. With 3 straight 7-9 seasons, the Saints have defined mediocrity. Give them one more win here, just because we respect Drew Brees. New York Giants, 10-6. The G-Men own one of the league's top defenses in all of last year. Eli Manning now has a 3rd dangerous wide receiver in Brandon Marshall, which all sets up nicely for him to try to add one more championship ring. Show me Eli face. New York Jets, 3-13. The Jets were awful in 2016. And now that Darrelle Revis is gone, also Brandon Marshall, the dark years of Jets football continues. Oakland Raiders, 12-4. The Raiders have all the pieces in place to reach 12 wins for the 2nd straight season. Derek Carr runs an offensive juggernaut, and Khalil Mack is arguably the league's most dominant defensive player. Tack on a dozen here for the Raiders. Yay, Raiders! Yay, Raiders! Philadelphia Eagles, 8-8. This is still a rebuilding year for the Eagles. Quarterback Carson Wentz still has to develop more, though the addition of receiver Alshon Jeffrey will help. The Eagles are getting close, but the young guys aren't quite ready for prime time. A 500 record is good, though. The Pittsburgh Steelers, 11-5. The Killer Bees offense will propel the Steelers to yet another division crown. Their once awful defense really took big strides in 2016, and the youth should only get better. The Steelers are the Patriots' biggest threat by far in the AFC. The San Francisco 49ers, 3-13. Remember when the 49ers used to be good with Jim Harbaugh and we could have sworn they'd fight for multiple championships? Fun times, huh? The Seattle Seahawks, 10-6. Age and injuries piled up on the Seahawks in 2016. It's kind of scary, but the great defense was picked on quite a bit last year. Russell Wilson can only withstand so many more hits before his body breaks. Seattle will win a super weak NFC West, but they're not contending for a top seed in the conference. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 10-6. 9 wins in 2016 was not a fluke. The Buccaneers are truly for real now. Jameis Winston and Mike Evans lead an explosive offense, and the Bucs have plenty of great talent on the defensive side of the ball. With Atlanta due for regression, the Bucs